Welcome back to the MBM Vault, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca. We're your hosts, Abby.
And I'm Kim. This show is all about music, local talent, industry news, and most importantly, fun. Today we'll be interviewing Jayden Garner, a musician and a second-year student.
You know what I think I might do? I might assign you guys homework for hours and be like, hey guys, you should find a new catchphrase from when we open the show. I don't like it.
This one's really wordy.
Well, yeah, it's also the fact that it's like, and fun. It's like, welcome to like a kid's show, guys.
You know what? Maybe we like the kid aesthetic.
Okay. All right.
There's no events coming up, nothing.
I think we should go for the most important question. How did you sleep last night?
I was watching it, and then my roommate just turned off the big TV while I was watching it. I was like, cool.
That's annoying.
And then I tried to watch something. I was so tired, so I started to go to bed. As soon as I laid down, wide awake. So it went from 12 to 2, and what it felt like 10 minutes. So I think I passed out around 2:30-ish.
I think I ended up in a bit of a YouTube pothole, if you will.
Podcast. I was watching a podcast.
Okay. I was watching a show, and then
On YouTube?
Not on YouTube.
Okay.
This is going towards YouTube. I was watching a show on Netflix, and I was looking up the actors. And one of them, it was like suddenly it clicked, and I'm like, oh, I know who you are. Wow, everything makes sense now. You look so familiar. And then I was like, I looked into him on YouTube, and his music's actually really good. And then I was just like, wow, talented. And then I ended up watching the show until like 3 a.m.
I fell asleep to a podcast, I think. I don't know which one.
Look at us.
I mean,
No sleep here.
we both look like we're wide awake.
Oh, totally.
The fear in your eye just now?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was telling everyone else about it this morning, but I woke up with a very, very big panic this morning because I sent the script in really late last night, and I didn't tell anyone that I sent the script in. I did CC Lily on the email, but I didn't go out of my way to tell anyone that I sent it in. And I think that made my brain feel like I didn't send in the script, because usually
I also thought
tell
you didn't send it in.
And then I woke up threw my blankets off of my body and then sat straight up on my bed within a millisecond, and then I didn't send the script in. And then I sat for a minute and no, I sent it in last night, it's fine. But that woke my morning started with a jolt of energy. It was great.
So did mine. I woke up exactly at 7, so I had an hour to do what I need to do. So I got up super quick. I actually ate breakfast today, which was wild.
Damn, I did not.
Well,
no surprise there though.
After.
Yeah. How's your week going?
It's good. I went to Breakthrough's event on
how was that?
Tuesday. It was good. The place closed at 12, so I stayed till 12, but everyone kind of left at 11.
Interesting.
But the event ended at 10:30, I want to say. But it was really interesting. It was actually really fun. And it was at Riley's, and they have a big pool room at Riley's, and I forgot about it. So I went there when soundcheck started at 5:30. So I just played pool till 7. Till the event
still
started.
don't know how to play pool. I work in a
Pool is
bowling
so
alley
fun.
with pool tables.
Really?
Yeah, and people will be like, "Oh, do you know how to play?" And I'm like, "No."
Dang.
Keep in mind, I was also 15 when I worked at the bowling alley.
Makes
so it was that's a little too old for me. Thank you.
How's your week going?
Tiring. We had a very interesting and hectic week last week. So going into this week, I'm just overall exhausted.
I don't think I only have one thing due this week, and it's due today at 9
I don't even
a.m.
know what's due this week.
And then I have a report to do, and that's about it. And then 2 things due on Thursday next week, which is great.
Oh,
But-
yeah, and if you want to apply for the management position in our MBM program for the Vault, it is due tomorrow.
It is due tomorrow. Are you doing anything fun this week? Any events?
I am.
I'm not surprised.
I'm
Toronto?
going bowling.
Oh.
Yeah, with the place I used to work. It's my friend's birthday. So that's what I'm
Is
doing
that going to
this
be
weekend.
fun for you, or is it going to be
Me? No, but there
traumatic?
will be alcohol, so it will be fun. In
Okay.
a different way.
Okay.
Although I'll probably be driving, so I probably won't even be drinking. It'll be great. I'm so excited. No, I do have an event coming up soon. I don't know if there's an exact date yet, but my friend is now in this sort of organization, if you will, that puts on events for the band we like. So she's working on that, and I get to hear some tidbits of information, which is super nice. So I feel like I'm on the inside.
Interesting. Are you excited for the end of the semester? Well, the end of the program, I guess, for you?
I'm excited for the end of the semester. I am a little stressed out about leaving someone with my lovely enterprise. I can't imagine how Jace felt last year. Mostly because, like, I had so many hopes and dreams for what I wanted to do with the enterprise, and I feel like I only did, like, half of it. I also am a little scared that I'm going to leave it with someone who doesn't have any. So
makes sense. Yeah.
So we're working through that right now. So if you have any ideas for what you want to do with the MBM Vault, please apply.
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up after the music break, we'll be talking with Jayden. And don't forget that you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and at MBM Vault.
We're going to play you some music. Here's Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley and Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca.
Welcome back to the MBM Vault. We're your hosts, Abby.
I'm Kim, and today we're here with Jayden.
Hello, everybody.
You're supposed to cheer.
Sorry, I think I stood on something.
Okay.
That's my bad.
Jayden, how are you?
I'm doing great.
That's good. Did you get any sleep this last night, I guess?
No, but it's okay. I'm used to it.
I'm glad that we all have that.
Why
It's a
coffee
common
exists.
experience.
Yeah, that commonality between us.
Yeah, I'm going to go get coffee after this,
It's
actually.
normal for us students.
Oh,
here.
you're getting me coffee?
No, I'm going back to my dorm room,
Oh.
and you'll probably be in class at that point, and then I'm going
Yeah, I
to
have
make
class right
myself
after.
coffee.
So, Jayden,
Yes.
you're a second year.
Sure am.
That's great. I'm very scared for second year.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yep.
Who
No
are
comment.
you? Where are you
Who
from?
am I? I'm Jayden. I want to thank everyone for having me here today.
Woo!
So exciting.
We've never been thanked before.
No, yeah, no one's ever, like, I don't even think anyone's, like, explicitly thanked us on air, but
Oh, come
thank
on.
you.
Of course. So I'm from Oshawa, Ontario. Born and raised right here, stuck in the Schwa.
I was about to say, like, the schwa, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You sound so proud. No, I love Oshawa.
Yeah, shout out to all the Oshawa people listening in. We love this place. I'm a singer, songwriter, guitarist. I've been for many years, and
He said one sentence, and he's already more talented than me.
oh, that's not
You have different talents. It's fine.
right. I couldn't do what you guys are doing.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, legitimately.
Anyways,
true.
yes, you're a singer, guitarist.
Yeah, and I also like to draw. I play a few other instruments, kind of.
Like what?
Like I play the kalimba a little bit.
What's that?
Do you know? It's like a wood. It's like it's like a wooden box, and there's like a hole in the middle, like an acoustic guitar, and then it has like sort of like a. I was
Like
gonna say glockenspiel,
steel-
but you're not gonna know what that
steel
is either.
keys or
Glockenspiel?
something?
Yeah, glockenspiel is like a type of xylophone, but it's like a metal, like thumb
Oh.
note things, and like rather than like a xylophone or a piano where it's like one end to the other, higher
Yeah.
to lower, it's like staggered almost. I think.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah?
fascinating.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Interesting. That's cool.
I think
Yeah.
it has to do with like how long this, like, tongues are. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know either, really.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically me for the most part. Like just scratching the surface, but
We're gonna go
We'll
below
go
the surface today.
below, right? If I talk too much, I'm gonna answer all the questions.
Kim's gonna like just break the surface. She's gonna go for
I'm
it.
good at that.
That's
So,
fine.
why Durham College? Well, how did you find this program? How did you hear about it?
So I was looking. I actually had no idea where I wanted to go. I was always like a science kid,
Same.
but I'm like.
I wish.
And
That's
then,
probably
like in
science
high
kid.
school, I realized I really wanted to pursue, music.
Mhm.
It's my passion.
Yeah.
It's what keeps me going.
Therapy.
Right? It's music therapy.
Yeah.
So I went online, looked at all the choices, and there's a music program. and that's awesome. I didn't know
Yes.
what I was getting into.
Same.
I thought it was going to be more, music-y.
I feel like a lot of people think
I'm
that
happy
kinda
it is
makes
not
sense.
because I would fail.
So did you also do the like scrolling through OntarioColleges.ca for like 6 hours under like just searching music in the search bar? Because that's what I did.
Pretty much. I'd
And
say.
then I think I like wrote them all down and like, look, these are my options. I don't like half of them.
I think I
but
just
these are
chose
my
Durham. I
options.
think I just looked at Durham. I was like, I've been here
And
before.
yeah,
I'll
Durham's
do it
really
again.
close. Like,
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer, really.
And it's really not a bad school at all. It's really good.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Seneca. Yeah, well,
I
again,
almost went to
I'm
Seneca for Ryan
further
Reynolds
away,
because
so
he goes there.
I think I was gonna go
Timely.
for like I actually met someone at like they were waitress at the Keg last weekend, and for some reason they're like, oh, what are you guys doing today? And my parents are like, oh, we're taking her back to school, and they're like, oh, it's like the whole conversation like, what are you in school for? But they are actually taking the course that I was going to take at Seneca, which weird. Sorry, this is long tangent. But anyway, so yeah, I was gonna go to Seneca for a course that I don't even remember the title of anymore. Something about like independent music writing or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would
Yeah.
be wicked.
Right?
Never written a song in my life, but I thought that was a good idea. I got in too.
Really?
Dang.
Well, yeah. I
You
mean,
can do it after.
It's true. We got math, law, accounting, and it's all for an arts degree.
Yeah, it's like, look, guys, I'm in the media
Look at
arts
arts degree.
department, and I took like 3 law classes.
Yeah, same. I
Yeah.
took all not psychological, like social classes in high school.
Oh no, we're talking about like the course you
Oh.
take like 3 law classes. Because you have to take copyright law, you have to take contract law, and you have to take
I had
publishing
like a
and
70
stuff,
in
and
contract
like
law.
accounting.
And I
Get
studied for the
counting.
first test for 3 days, and I got a 56.
Damn.
And that was a
I
high
don't
mark in
think
my
I've
class.
Studied for a
I
single
don't think I've studied
class.
once either.
Oh.
If you
I'm
saw
just
the
a bad
TikTok
person.
I just made, my backpack's just crumpled up papers.
Yeah.
I stopped using my notebooks. I threw them out like the first week. I was like, I'm just.
I have 1 or 2,
winging
but
it.
that's simply because when I go to do like assignments, I'll write things down.
I even stopped using my to-do list. I just fully gave up.
Damn.
It stopped at like report number 6.
For me, when I write like actual papers for class, like I'll think of a sentence or something I want to put in it, and I'll be like, nah, I can't put that in this paragraph. It's the introduction paragraph. I can't put it here, so I have to like write it down or I'll forget.
So Jayden,
Yes.
how did you kind of get your start in music? How did you know that's what you wanted to do?
So I had a guitar teacher when I was 12. His name is Brian Hawthorne. So my dad's like, oh, Jayden, you got to do something. And I'm like, well, I play guitar. So he signed me up for guitar lessons. So naturally, I started playing the guitar, got pretty good. I think the first song I learned on the guitar, I was like 12, was Blackbird. Means I had a really good
No way.
teacher. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm good at guitar, so I'll just keep playing. And my guitar teacher, Brian, he actually taught Daniel Caesar how to play guitar, which I
Wild.
learned a little while later. He's like, Jayden, you remind me of like Daniel. I'm like, Daniel? He's like, yeah, Daniel Caesar. I'm like, Daniel Caesar?
Wild. That's a wild
And it
statement.
just opened up doors, and I'm like, oh my. So that's really cool. And yeah, so I started just playing for years and years and years. I didn't sing for a long time. My brother was always a singer. I have a twin brother, for anyone who didn't
Yeah,
know.
one day
Shout out,
I
Alex.
was at open mic. You performed. I was like, oh, Jayden, good as always. I turned around. There's another Jayden. I went, and I look around. Like I went to the bathroom, came out. You're both like singing. I was like, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them.
It gets so
Duplicated.
confusing.
I walked out. I was like, I had no idea, like at all. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, and so like, now you all know I have a twin brother. So, if you have conversations with me, it's just, it gets so confusing,
Yeah.
I'll know, like, people come up to me and be like, oh, hey, man, how you been? I'm like, who are you? Like,
Really?
Yeah, like, my brother's just friends with
See,
me.
this also happened with Ava. Ava has a twin sister, and I didn't know that either. And one day, I was at the movies. I walked past someone. I was like, Ava?
Does her twin sister go here?
Yeah, she went here. I think
Went
she's
here. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I think I saw Ava in the student services building.
Oh, you definitely did.
A couple days ago, or might have been Ava. I don't know.
Definitely did.
But yeah.
Would you say your guitar teacher was the one who kind of inspired you?
Yeah, it's like, lots of, like, my family. They were
Yeah.
pushing me to do it. And, yeah, my guitar teacher.
Do you have a
he,
very like musical family? Like
No?
No?
No, I'm, like, other than my I have an uncle.
Yeah.
He's the only musician really in the family. So, I mean, I gotta push out the musical family. It'll branch out, you know?
See, my family doesn't play music, but they, like, listen to a lot of music. So I think that's why I'm not in, like, the musical aspect of it. I'm more of, like, the business part of it. Because, like, I grew up with it, but not in, like, a let's learn how to play instruments as a family type of way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, my parents are also, like, very big on the listening side. Like, every so often when I go home, they'll be like, we should buy tickets to this concert. And I'm like, what? You go to more concerts than I do, and I thought I went to a lot, but here we are. And my dad played the bass guitar and the baritone in high school.
That is cool.
Well, when I was younger, my dad had, like, these huge speakers, and he had, like, a DJ turn thingy. But he had, like, a big thing with, like, a bunch of decks to it, and he would, like, let me, like, plug my phone in it, and, like, burn CDs and stuff like that. So I grew up with, like, the little wiki.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
and then he sold them all, and I was like, cool.
My dad used to DJ parties as well.
But I think that's what my dad wanted to do. I think he wanted to low-key be a DJ, but then he's like, I can't be a DJ because I don't want to leave the house.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I understand that. We have, like, the whole big speaker situation. Like, if my dad tries to hook up his bass guitar to anything in our house, the entire house will shake.
Oh, like the Michael Jackson music video?
I
Where the guy, like,
guess.
flies out of the chair?
Possibly.
See, that sounds awesome.
I don't remember that. Yeah, so, and it's the same with, like, if we listen to music or anything, like, even if you watch a movie in our house, like, if you crank it enough, our neighbors will be knocking on the door.
So, who are some of your musical influences? Maybe, like, some from the past, some from the present?
So I kind of have a weird, you know, like, I was always, like, a record kid as a kid.
I wish.
So I had records. I was super into the 1940s and 50s when I was, like, I want to say 9. And I never listened to modern music, like, other than what was playing on the radio. So, of course, I knew what was going on at the time. But, no, like, as a kid, I grew up listening to, like, Chuck Berry, the Everly Brothers, you know, a little bit of Elvis, all of them, you know, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby. And then that branched out into, you know, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and a bit of modern music, you know. So, like, I want to say, like, my biggest influence was definitely the Everly Brothers, probably. I have, like, all their records, which is awesome. And super easy to collect 1950s records because they're super cheap.
Really?
So, like, I just have
I thought they upscaled all the records. See, I've never bought records before, so I thought they just raised the price on all of them.
I've bought, like, a couple records in my day, if you will. Most of my collection, or our family collection, is my parents'. And there was this lovely time when no one wanted records, and my dad used to go to, like, garage sales and buy people's, like, milk crates of records.
See, that's nice.
So, like, we don't even know what we have.
That's what I want to do when I'm older. Go to garage sales and get all the music.
Yeah. So, how do you think your taste in music has influenced what kind of music you want to put out?
Well, you know, so listening to old retro music, and then there's modern music now, like, I want to blend them together, sort of like what Steven Sanchez has been doing, you know, like 1950s.
Yeah.
He's still my thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't create a genre by yourself. I would love to, you know, just
Do what he's doing.
Yeah. But in my own way, and then make a new genre.
I think that's why his song was so popular, because it's such a good mix of modern and retro music. Because when I listen to it, I'm like, wait, I feel like I'm being, like, transported. But I'm also like, there's elements that make me feel like I'm still listening to music that's up to date, I guess.
Yeah,
it's really
like
cool.
Good audio quality, all this stuff, and I want to do that because all I know is, like, old retro ideas and, you know, the weird 1950s romance. You know?
Like how you started that with weird.
I don't think it's weird. I feel like it's
weird.
Have you heard your
romance
sing at, like, events and stuff like that? I think it suits you perfectly.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It's kind of weird. I kind of, like, morphed into it. I had, like, some weird, like, 1950s haircut as a kid. Like, and I'm saying weird because it totally was.
You know what? We need to put a picture of that.
Yeah, you want to send us a picture? We'll put it on our story, and
totally
everyone make
will.
sure everyone can see it.
Then
It'd be great.
Yeah.
So is this what you are hoping to do as a future career?
like, being a
I mean,
singer?
it's
I
a
feel like that's
dream.
everyone's.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
dream.
everyone's
At least
goal.
as like a part of it.
Right.
It doesn't have to even. I mean,
Right.
we're in a day and age where you can do more than one job, and it's
True.
normal.
Well, you kind of have to in
Yeah,
this day and
yeah.
age.
Yeah, I don't want to work at McDonald's for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, like at all. And
Yeah.
it's so easy
So
to do
good.
that. You just got to work hard. You got to work really, really, really hard. And
Yeah.
you got to make sure you know what you want.
Mhm.
I mean, you're definitely taking the right steps to do it just by playing at every event.
That's
I think
right.
it's really just
Honestly.
putting you out there.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been like paid yet, but that's not the plan, you know.
Yeah.
Build myself up just a little bit at a time.
You're
and-
putting your art out
You've
there.
gone out so much to the point as if you're just in the back, like someone's at an event, they like take a video and you're singing. I recognize you. That's you singing. I'm like,
See,
oh,
that's
Jayden's singing.
exactly what I want.
I'm
you
like,
know?
oh, or I'm like, I remember at the breakthrough event on Tuesday, I was in like the pool room, and I could kind of hear someone singing. I walked in, I was like, oh, Jayden's singing. I look over, it's Jayden. It's you singing. I was like, oh, let's go.
That's so funny.
For me, it's whenever I hear that one Elvis Presley song that I can never remember the exact
Can't help falling in love.
that one. I like my brain's just like falling in love by Elvis Presley, and I can't remember the rest of the title. But whenever I hear that now, it's just like, oh yeah, Jayden did a cover of
I
this
did
song.
That's me
yeah.
with Georgia. No, that's not what it's called.
Until I Found You.
Yeah, till I found you.
Yeah. Then I wrote a song. The song "Oh How I Wish You Were Mine." You know, like
Oh yeah,
that one's
think-
that
yeah,
one's my
yeah.
take on the 1950s.
That
to
one's great.
Modern. I do want to get it like in studio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Produced, mixed.
I mean, even next year, if you're not in the program, you can still be an artist. You,
You
can
should get
still
signed
utilize.
next
I should.
You can
Yeah.
literally utilize
Why
the
not?
Because you don't have to
studio.
get hours anymore.
And you can still go to the events. Which would you still go to the events next year, even if you're
Oh, it
not?
depends where I'm at in my life. but
Yeah.
probably. I'll be like a lost puppy after school. Be like getting out
Well,
of
I think
jail.
everyone also just like hearing you because you're such a staple in each event now. It's like, where's Jayden?
Oh, I'm flattered.
Mm.
But I would love to. Seriously. I mean, can't leave you all behind. We're in this together.
Y'all being me, they're all leaving me behind.
Well, that's fair.
We'll see.
You and the others.
Yeah, me and the first year.
Could you walk us through your like creative process when writing a song?
Creative process. I grab my guitar. I'm like, I'm just gonna write a song, and I sit there, stare at the ceiling, kick my feet up somewhere, and I just start playing. And I'll just pick a chord pattern. I'll scroll through it a little bit. No, I don't really write in notebooks anymore.
Mhm.
Instead, I like whip out Snapchat, put it on the table, and if I have a good hook, because
Mhm.
normally I just write my songs on the spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I write it, and if it's recorded, I can just write down the lyrics really quick, finish up the song. So, like, most songs that I do doesn't take longer than 20 minutes probably to, you know,
Figure it out.
you figure it out.
Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy to me. Like I can't imagine writing a song personally. Like
Same.
I've messed around with the multitudes of instruments I play, and I like if I was like, oh, that sounds nice, and then I think about it long enough, I'm like, oh, it's that song. That's why it sounds nice. It's just like it's always just something I've heard before, even if I'm trying to do something new. So
Do you have any like specific rituals or routine that help you get into a creative mindset? Like, do you have to be like feeling like heavy emotion to start writing something, or it's kind of just like you can do it whenever?
That's you know, you gotta feel the blues to play the blues.
Yeah.
And I normally write, you know, it depends my mood. If I'm super sad, I'll sit there, play guitar. It always cheers me up because it's always there.
mhm.
And if I'm happy, I may play some happy chords.
Yeah. So it's reflective of how you're
Yeah,
feeling at
yeah,
the time.
very. And that's just how. That's basically the ritual. It's just
I wish I knew how to write music. I think that would be such
Honestly,
a cool trait.
maybe
to
I should
have.
have taken that course.
right. It is
Although I,
fun.
I feel like I would make it through like halfway through a semester, and they'd be like, "Oh, so what you working on right now?" And I'd be like,
No, you just gotta tune in, just like everyone should tune into this radio show.
"Oh yeah,
Right?
totally."
You just
Walk
gotta
in.
tune in, and it's not. You can't think about it, because if I think about it, I'm not gonna write any songs.
Mm.
Yeah.
You just play from the heart, play from the soul.
I have
and
neither of those.
magic.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think we need to get Kim some help. But coming up after the music break, we'll be talking more in depth with Jayden. And don't forget that you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and at MBM Vault.
We're gonna play you some music. Here's Condemned by Zach Bryan and Just a Little While by the 502s live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca.
Welcome back to the MBM Vault. We're your hosts, Abby.
And I'm Kim, and we're still here with Jayden.
Hello.
Woo.
Again, I'm still here.
We're moving into our third segment, and we're going to talk more about live performances. As we all know, you've done many live performances, especially for our program.
Sure have, yeah.
So what do you enjoy about performing?
Man, there's just something about it. It's letting people hear your music, your passion. It's like you go into a dream state. It's kind of all you live for at that point, you know.
What do you feel right before you get on to a performance? Because you seem like you're very calm when you perform.
I would like to say, since I've done so many open mic nights, I would say I've gotten too comfortable. That's why my last performance was just not it.
From Tuesday?
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I mean,
Didn't you win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know. Guitar's out of tune. You know, it's too comfortable things.
But most people in the program aren't actually musicians, so we don't notice that kind of stuff.
No, and I shouldn't have said it.
I fully didn't notice. But yeah, I thought you did great.
Well, it's all for.
But it's also good to have bad performances.
Exactly, and then you learn from it.
Yeah.
Because next Wednesday, there's a show on the 27th at Bond, the new
Bond
venue.
Street?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone go, because it's a 300 capacity venue.
Damn.
And I need it filled for. It's gonna be crazy. So everyone
You should send that to me. I'll send it to the group chat with the first years.
That'd be wonderful.
Is that for Ying's event?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's
So-
already in the group chat.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think a lot of us are going to that, so you'll be.
That's perfect.
So-
See, I have gotten. There's still some nerves, right? But
Yeah.
you just get to the point where, this is what you do. This is fun.
Good adrenaline nerves.
Right?
It's kind of like the adrenaline we get from
Yeah.
doing the show,
Yeah.
which is, I understand the whole getting used to it thing. I remember actually this is becoming easy now, but I remember when I used to have to do concert performances. If you took a picture of the inside of my brain, it would be an entire city burning.
Dude, our first
Before
vault show, I
performing.
was
Yeah.
and I just yeah, show day.
Yeah.
Show day.
If
Show
it
day.
makes you feel any better though about your guitar being in tune, I have a not horrendous story. I think it's horrendous because it was embarrassing. So we had a Christmas concert in high school, and I was in concert, marching, and jazz band. So I was in 3 different bands,
Triple
in
threat.
3 different instruments
crazy.
in each band. I was playing the bass guitar, the trumpet, and the flute, the 3 different bands. But the way we were doing it was, because there were so many people that bought tickets, they had to split it into 2 different shows on the same day. So we do the entire set once, and then we do the entire set again. So half the audience and half the audience. And I remember the first time we performed our jazz group on stage with my bass guitar. It was the first time I performed with the bass guitar, which no one actually taught me how to play. I might add, I'm still a little salty about that. I went up there and I guess it's not a conductor if it's a jazz band. Our teacher, after the show, he's just you weren't in it. I don't even know where you were. You weren't in the groove. I just don't understand. You sounded awful. And he's low key yelling at me right after. And then I don't know what happened, but I played the exact same way the second time. He's see, you found it. It's good. It was amazing. And
Wild.
there was literally nothing different. But all I can remember is slightly tearing up while the entire band was around me while being yelled at by my teacher for not being in the groove.
I would cry.
I don't like jazz music now. But yeah, we have matching horror
Yeah,
stories.
we do. And it happens, right? That's the whole fun about it.
You get over
It's
it.
fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Then you have fun talking about it on a podcast
That's
4 years
right.
later.
How do you engage with your audience during a live performance? What do you do?
Well,
how do you try to do that?
I like to, get everybody in the groove.
Yeah.
Tell them about what I'm gonna play.
But you didn't like that? You didn't like that? That saying?
The groove.
I'm getting more flashbacks here. You're not in the groove.
You're not in the groove.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I try to get people in the groove. So I
Yeah.
get in the groove, and then everyone's just
All
having
grooving.
a good time.
No one's getting yelled at. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. But so far, engage the audience with your voice and the guitar.
I feel like it's not too hard to engage an audience if you look like you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, you just got to be confident, right?
And your voice is a good voice that everyone's turns heads, kind of.
Confidence is key.
Fake it till you make it, if you will.
That's right.
Wild.
Yeah.
Do you have any memorable or like kind of performances that have stood out to you so far, like live performances?
Yes, I do. Okay, so my ex-girlfriend, she invited me to a wedding.
Yeah.
And man, it was crazy. It was a Vietnamese wedding, right? And then her dad was like, "Oh, you wanna play this music for the wedding?" I'm like, "What?" And he handed me the guitar. Man, I was not ready.
Yeah.
And they just set me up, and I played for a whole Vietnamese wedding. First
That's a
dance.
dream, low key though.
It was cool. It was like fancy. We were all like dressed up, suit and tie.
That's awesome,
Gave
actually.
me like Hennessy, and it was just a great time. But yeah, ever since then, you can't everything else just isn't scary,
Yeah.
because that's scary.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
like a really big wedding? Like how many people were there? Like
I'd say like 100.
damn.
Yeah, just about there, maybe less.
Were you alone on the stage? Like were you alone just with the guitar?
Yeah,
Oh.
good times. But yeah, it was fun, and that's how you get past your nerves, by just doing stuff that scares you.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, I think I found the segment with the long questions here. Is everyone ready? How has your enrollment in Durham College's music business course influenced your approach to your musical career?
That wasn't that long.
No.
Yeah, the next one's pretty bad.
You could sum it up in your brain.
What key lessons have you learned that you've applied to your musical endeavors? And are there any specific aspects of the music business
He's like,
that you
"Which
find
one do you want me to
particularly
answer?"
fascinating
lost.
or challenging? You can answer any of the words I just said.
No, okay.
Or talk about something completely different.
Or just talk about your overall experience at Durham.
I think it's good.
Have you had like favorite or like classes that have specifically benefited you, you feel?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say all of them have.
Yeah.
To like a T.
Yeah, when you're put on the spot, it's kind of hard to, you're
Well,
going through in your brain, you're
yeah,
I don't even remember anything I've learned.
I don't
Hold
remember
on.
anything from anything ever.
Yeah.
So let's just say they've all helped. Of course they have. It's college, and
Yeah.
if you listen, they'll help. Don't play computer games while people are talking, which is what I do sometimes.
All of the first years.
Right. And that's
NJ's walking down the hallway.
Greg's classes. They've been man. He was harsh at first, but I'm like, that's how you teach. And it soaks in now, because his class is the one I pay most attention.
Yeah.
Totally.
And his way.
Because he makes you pay
Yeah,
attention.
exactly.
Yo, if you touch your phone, put your phone down. Or he'll
Yeah.
come up to you and just chuck it.
How it should be, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. Awesome. And the program's been pretty good. It's been good to me. I've been having a great time. I've been learning a lot.
I also feel like it helps a lot more if you utilize what's given to you, which you have. I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of artists that haven't been doing the events just because of a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, it's
Right? You
I
just
feel
gotta
like in the
go
long
for
run,
it.
if I was an artist, I would
it's a
regret
free
that.
opportunity to get yourself out there, and
Yeah.
I find it kind of interesting how hard it is to
Like,
get
I'm
people
not an
to
artist, but I've been to
participate.
every single event.
That's awesome. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
You
I
need new people.
wish I could be Kim at this point. She'll be like, I went to the event. I'm like, I couldn't. I physically could not go, and I
You
wish
know what?
I
I
could.
represent the team. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work weekends, makes it a big issue. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll be coming out of work and I'll be exhausted. I'm like, gotta go to this event, gotta go.
Yeah.
And my voice will all be, screwy.
Mm-hmm.
Even right it is right now. I don't know why. It's all raspy.
Early morning.
Yeah, my
It's
coffee's
you
just
wake up
sitting there
and you
staring at
immediately
me.
go to
Aw,
the show.
coffee.
My coffee.
I hear it calling your name.
Me too. I've been staring at it. But yeah. Well, in the second question, that one was long. I don't remember any of it.
It's fine. We can move on to the next segment. If you
Sure,
want.
let's go to
Just
the
rather
next-
than be classes. Because usually I find when we talk about classes, what was your favorite class last semester? I
I'm
had to sit
interested
there
in
and,
that. I saw
I had
you
to
do that.
well, it's
Comms
not that
was
it's not
great.
interesting. It's I had
Comms
to
was
legitimately
awesome.
sit there and think for a moment. I think I should start reading our scripts beforehand and come up with my own
I'll print
reactions
out.
to each of them.
I'll print out a thing of all the courses so you can have them all in front of you.
Oh, thank you, Kim. I
welcome.
totally understand. I love that because I have legitimately forgotten some of the courses we did last year.
Me too.
So you were just talking about how you work on weekends, but you also want to be a musician. How do you kind of find a balance between that? in like a timely
I
way.
find a balance by not wanting to work at McDonald's anymore. It sucks. God, it sucks.
It sucks because you have to do it in order
Yeah.
to like be able to go to these events.
They
really.
booked me 2 overnight shifts. In
Oh
2
my
weeks.
God.
And it's gonna kill my soul. It's right before Oshawa Music Week.
Oh,
That sounds awful.
at least you have that Monday to kind of.
I didn't think that was legal. I sent a bunch of angry emails and like, oh, you have to do it. It's in the contract.
Ugh.
It's not worth it. It's McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch this, please, managers.
I've unfortunately made it to this point. I work at Loblaws, so.
Why are you laughing? That's a great store. Free food, not free food.
Food. Anyway, so I've worked night shifts all of last summer, and it was great because I worked by myself in the salad bar and I just made salads all night. But I've gotten to the point where, because I don't work during the semester because I won't get my schoolwork done, I've gotten to the point where I miss that brain dead, mundane job because of how stressful our semester has been.
That's
It's just
wild.
like, I just want to go and work from 10 p.m. to 6:30 in the morning making salads
I think
for
I quit
7 and
my
a half
job
hours.
like third month of first semester. I was like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah.
you.
I'm not going all the way to Pickering every day just to work a job.
Yeah, it's like soul crushing, but I make it work.
Yeah.
It sucks, but hard work
Money.
is good work.
Paycheck.
It's not worth it for the money.
Oh,
Really not. Like, it's good. It gets you like a drink at the event. you
True.
know? Like, that's
Yeah.
about that. Like I
solid
paid it,
drink.
right? And so yeah.
yeah, awesome.
What are your favorite genres? Well, we've kind of gone
Oh.
over this, but like, do you have any other things you haven't gone over?
I mean, you like jazz?
You like jazz? Is
I
that
lo-
from the B
I
movie?
can see
Yeah.
the meme in my brain right now with him.
That was, like,
lounging
spot on,
the
too.
I
side.
love the B movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Do you listen to any genre that like might surprise us? Like,
Okay, so Spotify Rap every
Mhm.
year tells me the same thing.
Oh.
That my favorite genre, never even heard of it, is God, it's mellow gold.
what is that?
No clue.
Interesting.
Every year it's been the same. Mellow gold.
Is that like chill kind of old time music?
I'm trying to think.
Maybe.
Like it's
like maybe like laid
I want to
back
say like folky, but like
classics or something.
but like poppy,
Mm.
rocky. I have no
Interesting.
idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What are your favorite artists and songs right now?
My favorite artists. Oh jeez.
You can do artists. It's really hard to choose one.
Artists. I mean, of course, I still like the Everly Brothers, but
Mhm.
don't listen to them as much anymore. And kind of whatever, records I thumb through. I like a lot of artists. It's tricky. I just
Mhm.
went to a Pow Fu concert last weekend.
Interesting.
The guy sang Deathbed. First concert. Super fun. He took my phone and then like took a selfie.
Damn.
Best screensaver ever. But other than that, most of the artists I listen to are dead. So
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
that's why it's like the only concert I've been to. But that's okay. But I can't really say I have a favorite artist.
how about songs?
Song. Oh.
What songs have you had on rotation as of recently?
Top 3 songs right now.
Okay,
Go.
right now,
You
go.
can do it. Just go for it. It doesn't have to
Man,
be
I
your
don't
favorite
even,
of all
like-
time.
I go on Discover Weekly to find new artists that I like.
I do that too.
So I don't even really know the songs
He-
because it's just shuffle play on.
Can you think of
Discover.
any of the artists that are playing?
Nope.
Oh,
Interesting.
No, it's just so many new titles, new names.
Yeah.
All right. Well. How
Fascinating,
about
man.
this? Okay, if you were to play 3 songs right now, what would they be? Just like in the mood you're in.
I don't know.
He's
God,
playing
why
it.
can't I think of any songs?
I know it's such a horrible question to answer because
You
you're
know
just
what?
like brain dead.
Yeah, I mean
Jayden's music taste is everlastingly changing.
that's right. It's
It's
all
never
over
the
the
same.
place.
If you want to know what Jayden's listening to, you can
Follow
follow
his
him
Inst-
at Jayden_Garner_33 on Instagram.
Yes, everyone follow and you'll
Yeah.
learn from my stories and.
You'll see
Here,
what events
we'll
he's
give
going
you
to.
homework. You should post your three songs you
Okay,
listen
that's
to
what I
right now
need.
on
Or
your
text it to
Instagram.
us and we'll post
Yeah.
it.
Will do.
So that's the end of our show today. I look forward to seeing everyone back next week. And you can follow our guest again at Jayden_Garner_33 on Instagram.
We'll also be on our Instagram if you need to find it, which is the MBM Vault. And don't forget, you can follow us also on social media at the DCSA Media Hub. And here's I Love You So by the Walters, playing us out from the Media Hub on ratradio.ca.
Awesome. Thanks.